Hi everyone, we're going to talk about this. I used to play this as a child, along with Monopoly. I would always lose at Monopoly, but let's talk about this mystery date. It used to be a really big thing in the 60s. So what it is that you never knew who was going to come to the door. And in real life, in my over 60 dating or over 50 dating, because I've been dating for about 12 years, I never know who is really behind the door. It's like in The Wizard of Oz. You don't know who's behind that screen, right? So let me give you some examples. A couple dates I've been on invited me to dinner, but they never ordered dinner. Some of them invited me for coffee, never ordered coffee. Some of them invited me on a boat. I wouldn't go because you should be on a boat with someone you don't know. I think that rhymed. Okay, so a lot of guys will put on a facade. Like this guy, he's got a tux on. He probably rented it and he probably borrowed his mother's car. You know what I'm saying? Then you've got this guy behind him who looks like he's got a set of skis. I had a guy take me on a ski trip. The condo we stayed in was so filled with black mold, I got deathly sick there. And I said, never again. You should never go on a date to another location where you don't know what's going on there. Yeah. And I remember I ended up, let's see, this was like the first date I ever went on. And I thought he had hair, but he didn't. He just took one strand and wrapped it around in a circle. When he was going down the ski slopes, now this was before my spinal fusion, his one strand of hair was like flying in the wind. Yeah. And I remember he was on such a strict budget, he would write down everything he spent on me. I got sick of this, so for the breakfast brunch, I paid for my own breakfast. I mean, there are some real chintzy guys out there. So then you've got this guy that's kind of hidden back here. Those are the ones that on the dating sites only show themselves from far away because they could have only one eye, they could have a big wart. So watch out for those guys who only show from here up, from a long distance away, because I've been fooled many, many times. Now, some of my dates, they'll go, oh, I love you. I want to marry you. Well, that's the furthest thing from their mind. That's the furthest thing from their mind. I ended up blocking someone who told everyone in town, oh yeah, I'm going to marry her. No. That was his way of getting me in bed every night for 2 years. What a skunk. And it's not really until you live with somebody do you realize what their agenda was. His agenda was having me do his laundry, cooking, the housework, while I'm going to work myself. These guys who come home from work and just prop their feet up and don't help clean their own frickin' house. Girls, walk away. Your life is more than just cleaning, because I felt like my life for 40 years was just taking care of children and cleaning. It's a never-ending process. So, yeah, the mystery date game is really true to life. You never know who's behind that door. So, guess we've gone into 4 minutes, but I want to start doing videos where it shows me cooking. It shows me doing my makeup, but the problem is when you have another job, I got to reserve the energy for that, you see. So, yeah, my girlfriend told me once, she's known me since 7th grade. When she told me that love is more than just sex, I go, oh no, don't tell me that. And she goes, yes. There'll come a time in your life where you're going to want companionship and not just that physical love. I am there right now, Carolyn. I'm there right now. Anyone can have sex. I want someone to hold my hand when I don't feel good. I want someone to go to the movies with. I want someone to take me out to McDonald's. It doesn't have to be fine dining. I want someone to laugh and to cry with. You know, I think there was a time I was laying in a hospital bed and I was told I was not going to live through the night. And all of a sudden, I realized what was so very important in life. I called up all my enemies and told them that I love them. It's going to make me cry. I really did that. No one in my family knew that this was happening to me. They had given me a shot in the stomach of some blood unclotting thing. I don't know what it was. I was kind of out of it. But I do remember the next morning, they was afraid I was going to die, really. They told me I couldn't even drink anything through the night. But the next morning, a wonderful angel came to visit me and actually took me home, and that was Brittany. And I want to thank you, Brittany. I was dealing with a massive migraine the next day, because when you don't have enough hydration in your body, you will get a migraine. The same thing as a hangover. It was horrible, but she came and rescued me. So, yes, when you are getting up in years, it's not, honey, just about sex. It's about relationships and banter and having someone to come home to. So, yes, and Carolyn, you were right. It's so much more than just what I used to think it was. Bye.